All right, welcome to Hot Topics TV, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. And you already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. This one is hot. These two brothers could have been in the NFL by now because they were that good in football. They were also scholars. They were that good with the grades in school. But one accusation from a female derailed their entire lives. Now, in 2023, after this whole accusation stuff went down in 2020, they have been found not guilty by a jury and acquitted on all charges. Let's talk about the charges and let's talk about how the charges came about and what really happened. So a Franklin County jury on Thursday found two former Ohio State University football players not guilty of committing rape on a female student in 2020 at a Northwest Side apartment that they both shared. Amir I. Reep and Jason L. Wint, they're now 24 years old. They both shared the same apartment. You know, college students, half and half on the rent, got their own little apartment off campus going. Plus, they were star football players as well. They were defensive players for the football team. And this young 19-year-old woman who was a freshman at the Ohio State University had accused them of an encounter where she did not give her consent. Let's talk about this. So from 2020 February till 2023 February, that's how long this has been hanging over their heads. The jury found them not guilty on all charges, including holding her and taking it without her consent. Y'all know what I mean. And also kidnapping charge for each one of them, and also the other charge for each one of them. Reep and Wint broke down crying and embracing each other after the jury read the verdict. You got to understand, after something like this, if you're found guilty, you're looking at prison time. And then after your prison time, you're going to have to go register as a sex offender. And that follows you for the rest of your life. So when I say that their lives were handed back to them, that's an understatement. Defense attorneys for both of the young men argued in trial that the woman had consensual encounter with both men, but she regretted it afterwards. And so she flipped the story and started saying that they took it without her consent. Her father is one of them that was to blame. I guess she was close to her dad. And she told her dad what happened and whatnot. And her dad was like, file for rape. Like, let's go get these charges. Because that's what any daddy would do, really, if his daughter comes to him telling him, you know what I'm saying, that, hey, I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I don't know why I did it. And the dad said, F it, let's call it rape. There's a piece of evidence that got them off that I want you to pay attention to, but we're about to get to it. Okay? In court, they accused the father and they accused the police, the authorities, of pushing this young lady to actually go ahead and make these charges. Because at first, she was just like, I don't know if I really want to make these charges because I think it was just me. I was just not in my right mind, and I don't know why I did it. Afterwards, the two young men told dispatch that they are relieved and they're grateful to the jury for giving them their life back. One of them said, I'm going to get my life back on track, get my degree, and keep on being a law-abiding citizen. That was Wint who said that. Wint completed his degree in human development at Ohio State in 2020. He was a senior. He was already out the door. And then this charge hit. But the university had actually held on to his degree pending the outcome of this trial. Now, he earned that degree, but the university held it like we're not giving it to him if he is found guilty. That's a whole nother video because I already earned it. And I mean, people go to prison and earn degrees in prison. So guilty or not guilty, that man should have gotten his degree. Anyways, the university withheld his degree pending the outcome of this trial. So now that the trial says he is not guilty, he is going to go, like he said, pick up his degree and keep on moving forward with life. Reap is majoring in sports management and has 2 semesters left at Ohio State before he graduates. I'm grateful, Reap said, of the verdict. And through what, you got to go through what you got to go through, and you grow when you go through these things. Franklin County Assistant Prosecutor declined to comment to the dispatch after the verdict. Mayor, which is the other dude that's involved, he said that during the trial that the woman went to the apartment that was shared by both of them, and she was just expecting to, come over and hang out at this off-campus apartment. She just wanted to hang out with Reap, not with both of them. But both men violently held her and took it at the same time. The dispatch does not publish the name or identity of individuals who are seen as victim in this particular type of incident, so I didn't have a picture of her or anything on this video. However, Shemansky said that Wint and Reap had their lives suspended, upended by a false accusation. These young men were heading somewhere. These young men could have been somebody already greater than what they are now, and this threw their life off course. Well, shit, of course it did. He's had his life turned on end by a false accusation with evidence that was so lacking in credibility that charges should never have been brought in the first place. That's what his attorney said. The jury did a fantastic job discerning the truth and contrasting what Amir said and what his accuser said. It took a long time, but the system worked. A key piece of evidence in this case was a cell phone video that Reap took of the victim or alleged victim at the time, which was played in court. The short video, it's virtually dark though, but you can tell who's there. But it captured the sound of this particular woman crying, but she was also agreeing with Reap that the encounter with both of them was consensual. On tape, she was crying because she had regrets. I don't know if she was a bit tipsy or drunk or hadn't realized what she had done. Her wild side took over, and then boom, it was straight regrets right after. Oh my God, y'all are gonna look at me like a hoe. I didn't mean to do this. I don't even know why I did this. That type of stuff. But they kept asking, was it consensual? And they said, and she said yes in the video. Now Reap and the witness, another Ohio State football player who played defensive back on a special team, he came through to the courts and he testified during the trial that players on that team were instructed by their leaders to get evidence that their sexual partners consented to have encounters with them in order to protect themselves from any possible future issues, because it's a known issue where young ladies make these decisions young and out in the world, away from home, inexperienced. I don't know, maybe never had so much to drink before. Maybe, 19, I don't think alcohol should have been involved because then it would be illegal consumption of alcohol. But whatever the hell was involved, or it's just known that these decisions are made in the blink of an eye. Then something is done, and then a young person has regrets after doing. So they went ahead and instructed these football players like, yo, if you're ever getting some, make sure that you grab your phone and you do a short recording that says, I consent, and our whatever we about to do is consensual. Reap and McFarga, who had just finished their 5th season with the team, they did not testify who on the Buckeyes staff told them or other players to do this. They didn't say which coach or which person said to do it. They just said that we were instructed to do it. Ohio, just to back ourselves up. So Ohio State football team spokesperson Jerry Emming initially declined to comment on Wednesday to the Dispatch on whether university staff had ever instructed any of their athletes about getting a video recorded or other evidence of consent from their partners. Shortly after 5 p.m. Wednesday afternoon, Emming sent a statement. This is the spokesperson for the Ohio football team. Sent a statement to the Dispatch by email, and it says, in general, when the Department of Athletics speaks with student athletes about consent, we work closely with subject matter experts on campus and follow the university's well-established non-discrimination, harassment, and sexual misconduct policy. That's as dry as it gets. You'll see that page 1 of the policy defines consent as permission that is clear, knowing, voluntary, and expressed prior to engaging in and during an act. Consent is active, not passive. Silence in and of itself cannot be interpreted as consent. Consent can be given by words or actions as long as those words or actions create mutually understandable, clear permission regarding willingness to engage in and the conditions of sexual activity. So basically, listen, that videotape they had pretty much fits exactly what that printout was. Clear, consensual, as clear as it got. So Reap's defense attorney, he played 4 short videos in court on Wednesday, which he said shows instances from 2018, 2019, when Reap recorded other women prior to or after their encounter. In the 4 videos that they played, the women are fully clothed or they are not really on camera, but they agree with Reap. Ask if what they did was consensual. So they were fully clothed on camera. And they asked if they were asked the question in the video. So we just got done doing the do, right? Was it consensual? Did you want it? And all the women on the videos were saying yes, right? I'm on a football team. Reap testified. He told one of the women before recording, he says, look, I'm on a football team, and this is something that we just are taught that we have to do to protect ourselves. Because, it's nothing against you, but this could go very bad for me, right? And so the women who didn't want to hurt him, they were like, okay, well, damn, turn on the video. I'll do it as long as I got my clothes on and stuff. Okay, so we just did it. Yeah. You're not going to show this to anybody, right? No, just in case. If you ever go ahead and, turn around on me one day and say, it wasn't consensual, I could pull this video out. And they were like, okay, I don't have a problem because I'm never going to say that about what we did. Okay, so was it consensual? And all the women were on video saying, yes, it was. Reap played for Ohio State for 3 seasons, 2017 to 2019. And Wint, the other brother, he played for 4 seasons, 2016 to 2019, before Ohio State head football coach Ryan Day dismissed both players from the team days after the accusations came out in 2020 and charges were filed against them, saying that they had failed to live up to the standards of Day, which is the coach, and the program at that university. So they were suspended, thrown off the team. Sabal and Shamsky in court compared their clients. These are the 2 attorneys. They compared their clients' calm demeanors on the stand to the alleged victim's tearful testimony, pointing out inconsistencies between what she told authorities 3 years ago and what she's saying on the stand at trial today. During their closing arguments, one of the attorneys told the jury the woman was the victim of a brutal gang rape and urged jurors to compare the video that was presented with the video of the alleged victim. One of these things is not like the other. Listen to what those other women say, their voices, their demeanor, what they say and how they say it. He said, the jury deliberated less than 4 hours between Wednesday and Thursday morning before reaching their verdict. So what the prosecution was saying was she was forced to say it was consensual. So they were urging the jury to look at the demeanor of the other women from the other videos that they had played. See, these women look like they're smiling. They're not having an issue. This video of her is in a dark room where you could barely make out their appearances. And you notice that she is crying. And she is crying while she is saying it's consensual. Part of the accusation was that they forced her to say it was consensual. Now, I don't know, and I'm going to leave this one right here. Personally, as a man, I don't like to ever say a woman is telling lies when she says that she's been raped, because you don't want to be on the wrong side of that. You're more like victimizing a victim. So I'm going to stay away from this one, but I'm saying that video, if it wasn't clear, should have never been, because her attorneys are saying she was held in the dark and they were forced. She was forced. Well, the video is clear. We can't even tell if a gun was being held to her to say it on video that it was consensual. So y'all leave your comments in the comment section and tell me what you think about this one. And I'll catch you on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV. I'm out. Peace.